It feels like you need a dedicated team just to follow AI news these days, right?
Absolutely. It's a constant stream.
So, for this deep dive, we've sifted through a whole bunch of recent updates, models, tools, evaluation, the works.
Trying to pull out what's actually significant. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
not just the noise.
Exactly. Our mission here is to highlight the really interesting stuff, the developments that matter if you want to stay informed without drowning in technical papers.
And we've drawn from quite a few different places to get this picture.
Okay, let's dive in. First up, these next-gen AI models. DeepMind's AlphaVolve sounds like a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Powered by Gemini. But the interesting part isn't just the model itself.
Right. It's that AlphaVolve is, well, it's an agent that designs better algorithms. It's
Mhm.
optimizing the actual code, not just, tweaking internal settings or weights.
That's the key differentiator.
Yeah.
It's AI improving the foundational code it runs on. And the results are pretty tangible.
Yeah, they mentioned a 23% speed up for Gemini training. That's significant.
And improving the state of the art on 20% of the problems they tested it on. It's AI helping AI evolve, basically.
Fascinating stuff. And speaking of big models, OpenAI hasn't been quiet. GPT 4.1 is now available in ChatGPT.
Right, across different tiers.
Yeah.
And the focus seems to be specialization.
Exactly. They're highlighting its strength in coding and following complex instructions, making it a faster option for those specific tasks.
And there's the GPT 4.1 mini version too, widening the accessibility.
It shows that trend, like you said, towards models getting really good at particular things, not just being generalists.
Which makes sense for practical applications.
But it's not just the giants like DeepMind and OpenAI. The open source community as well, it's buzzing.
Oh, absolutely. Some really cool projects are popping up.
We saw Noose working on a decentralized pre-training for a 40B parameter model.
Yeah, a big collaborative effort. Plus, things like Hugging Face releasing their MCP course for learning.
And models like AM Thinking V1, which is apparently a strong reasoner built on Qwen 2.5.
Don't forget, Salesforce's BLIP 3.0 family, either open multimodal models that handle images and text.
The open source side is just so vital, isn't it? It pushes innovation in different directions.
Definitely. It democratizes access and often tackles niche problems really effectively.
Okay, now here's something that caught my eye. A finding about LLM performance in conversations.
Yes, the multi-turn issue.
Apparently, performance can drop significantly, like 39% over a longer back and forth conversation. That seems surprisingly high.
It is quite a drop. It really underlines a limitation. Maintaining context and coherence over extended interaction is still a hurdle for current LLMs.
They're great at one-shot prompts, but keeping that thread going consistently is tricky.
Exactly. Building truly robust conversational agents is still an active area of research.
But on the flip side, we are seeing tools emerge to try and tackle these kinds of problems, like FedRAG.
Right, an open source framework specifically for fine-tuning RA systems.
Retrieval augmented generation, basically helping the AI pull in external info better.
Which is crucial for knowledge-intensive tasks. And there was also that mention of using reinforcement learning to optimize how LLMs use search.
Making them smarter about when and how to look things up.
These are all about making the models more grounded and reliable for real use cases.
And for people actually building things with AI, there are new platforms too. LangChain's Open Agent platform caught my attention, no code needed.
Yeah, lowering the barrier to entry. And their LangGraph platform is now generally available too for deploying and managing these agents.
Seems like the tooling around agentic systems is maturing quickly.
It needs to, if these systems are going to become widespread. Oh, and Runway references for zero-shot visual testing, another useful tool.
Right, testing visual concepts without needing tons of examples. Useful.
Just quickly on the infrastructure side, saw Meta integrating transformers with MLX, OpenAI using FastAPI, Atropos working with Axolotl, just ongoing improvements under the hood.
Good to know the foundations are evolving too. Now, what about actually measuring how good these things are? Evaluation.
Always a critical piece. There was mention of an agent called ARI, performing strongly against OpenAI's deep research on benchmarks.
Interesting comparison. And we already touched on GPT 4.1's coding skills being a key evaluation point.
And LangChain has launched OpenEvals. That looks promising.
Yeah, simulating conversations to really test how LLM applications hold up in practice.
We need these kinds of robust evaluation tools. Moving beyond just leaderboards to practical performance assessment is key. It builds trust and shows where the real gaps are.
Okay, so wrapping this up, key takeaways seem to be AI models are getting faster, more specialized, thanks to things like AlphaVolve.
Open source is incredibly vibrant, pushing boundaries alongside the big labs.
We've got this challenge with multi-turn conversations, but tools are being developed to help.
And the ecosystem for building and, importantly, evaluating AI agents is definitely growing stronger.
So the question for you listening is, with all this happening so fast, what does it unlock? What new possibilities or maybe even challenges do these advancements create in your world, in your field?
How might these tools start reshaping workflows or even just how we approach problems? Definitely something to mull over.